Rabotai, let's share some words on the parasha. As you noticed, perhaps in the Kriyat Torah, to find where Parashat Veyechi starts is a difficult thing because it's one of the only parashiot, it's the only parasha that is stuma, that starts without any space, any paragraph beforehand. Usually, you have different paragraphs in the Chumash. Certainly, by the end of every parasha, beginning of the next, there's a larger gap, there's a larger paragraph that you have, and you could see where the parasha ends, where the parasha starts. And by Veyechi, it just runs two words together and starts where the previous parasha finishes, and you right away start Veyechi. And Chazal say, Madua parasha zu stuma. Why is Parashat Veyechi stuma? Because when Yaakov Avinu passed, Nistemu enehem velibam shel Yisrael. When Yaakov Avinu passed, the eyes and the hearts of Klal Yisrael were closed up. Misarat Shibud, Rashi says, the difficulty of Shibud Mitzrayim, of the slavery in Mitzrayim, started immediately by the passing of Yaakov Avinu. Now, the language of Enehem Velibam, which we see consistently mentioned when we speak about the slavery, we speak about the eyes and the hearts of Klal Yisrael being clogged, being closed, which really is not the language that we would choose. We would talk about the physical slavery, the physical difficulty of labor for the Egyptian government. But the language Chazal use, Rashi brings, is Nistemu enehem velibam. Their eyes were closed, their minds were closed. Because when a person, and the connection of that with having a parasha stuma, when you have revach ben parashiot, when we speak about different paragraphs in the Torah, different parashiot in the Torah, Chazal tell us that when Moshe Rabbeinu was taught, was instructed the parashiot, Hashem gave him revach ben parashiot, space, time to think, to ponder, to understand, to draw conclusions. A person needs, in order to function as a regular individual, you need time to think. You need a revach, just the yeshuv hadat, the calm of mind, to be able to process things, to be able to think about them, to draw conclusions, to make decisions. And when you don't have that, when the parasha is stuma, it's closed up, there's no time to think because you have to work physical labor, one thing runs to another, it's chaotic, then nistemu enehem velibam, then the eyes and the hearts are closed. And that by itself is the definition of shibud. When a person is enslaved to their physical world, when a person is enslaved to their job, to the chores that they have to do. One thing runs to another. You wake up and before you know it, you're going to sleep at night again. There's no time to actually close your eyes and think, what am I doing? Where am I going? That's nistemu enehem velibam. And perhaps someone mentioned, you see this contrast that when the Geula actually happens from Mitzrayim, which the opening of the sea and the miracle of the Egyptians being drowned in the sea and the Jews coming out and singing the Az Yashir, in the text of Az Yashir, you see it's plenty of open area, right? We just had this in the Gemara, in Masechet Megillah, how you have Ariach al Gabe Levina, Levina al Gabe Ariach. Every line has so much opening. That to indicate that when a person is really redeemed, is the time that he has time to think out of the box, think for himself, draw conclusions, be able to make decisions with thinking and processing things properly. In the crazy life that we have nowadays, so many things just run into one another without thinking. We find ourselves in the rat race of life, just running after the next thing, meeting the deadlines. And oftentimes, we could go through days and days of life without pondering, having the time to sit, stop, pause and think, and be able to have a mindful decision. Those are the greatest blessings of life, and a person could think and make decisions like that, a person is redeemed. And perhaps the definition of galut is to some extent nistemu enehem velibam, when a person's heart and eyes are closed, because there's no revach, there's no paragraph, there's no time and space to think. And that's really something to think about, something to be mindful of as we go through our busy lives, when we have to make decisions with our kids, with our spouses, and going through life with mindfulness and with calm of mind, being able to think, being able to ponder, and being able to make those mindful decisions.